Hi there. I've recently come across a new print-on-demand website. It's called Printway. They're based out of Vietnam, and they have print providers as well in Australia and the US. I'm in Canada. They don't have any here in Canada, unfortunately, and that's too bad because shipping is a little higher for international products than it is in the US. But the US products, the pricing and shipping is very reasonable, and they have an awesome variety of products, and anybody in the US that does print on demand should certainly check it out because they have some awesome stuff, and they have a lot of good support as well. They provide mock-ups and templates, and the amount of products and the range of products is beautiful. So I've issued myself a 100-day challenge, and in that 100 days I want to come up with 100 new print on demand products for my Shopify store. So this is day 8. I've done well over 8 products already, and just show you some examples of what I've done. Not necessarily off of Printway. I have some metal wall art here that I did on Printway. So these are available in up to 24 inches. I have it set up so that they can put in anywhere from 2 names to 16 names. That's just one of the products that I have. Family tree. Let's see what else I have here. I have it all set up under a heading of personalized gifts. I have this street name canvas here. I set up with 2 to 8 names. I believe I set that up on Printify. This moose sign here. You can customize that. Oops, learn to spell. The Andersons. Anything they want on there, and then I just download the file, upload it to Printway, and they do the rest. They ship it directly to the customer. These are very, very popular. I did a lot of these as a 2-layer design when I was doing some laser stuff, and they sold really well. What else do I have? Personalized gifts. I did this monogram name sign as well. So I have that set up. I have it set up on Shopify, and I do it with Tea and Blue. And Tea and Blue is a product personalizer that you can set up so the customer can customize their product. When they're done, you just get the file, and it's good to go. So just an example. P. Say the customer's name is Perry. Oops. I should set it up with all caps, so I can set it up in Tea and Blue so that even if they type in lowercase letters, I can set up uppercase by default. So say Perry, and I can put in up to 12 characters. When it hits 12 characters, it makes me stop so it doesn't overrun the area. Okay. I also have it set up with the decoration that they can choose for this. So I have a moose so far and a lobster. And I plan on adding some more decorations such as butterflies, dragonflies, hearts, a few more different things, little bears. And these are actually cut out of the metal. These are really nice products. I have a couple on order now for family. I can't wait to get them, and when I do, I'll be showing them off. So that's some of the metal wall art. This is a Shine On product I've set up. That again is set up with Tea and Blue. So to my beautiful wife, Rebecca. Oops. Signature name, your adoring husband, Ronald. And when they order this, I get the transparent PNG file that goes directly to Shine On, and they do the product and send it to the customer. So look, I got all my pricing in Canadian dollars here. So what I want to do today is I want to do day 8 of my challenge, and I want to, by the time I'm done with this video, I should have a published product on my Shopify store. So if you want to follow along with me, I'd love that. And please feel free to make any comments or say hi in the chat. So, without further ado, I'm going to go into this print way and I'm going to just have a look through the products. I haven't decided what product I'm going to pick today. So, some of these products are new to me, so it might take a little bit of figuring out to, get them perfectly the way I want them. Because I don't put anything up on my store until I have it exactly the way I want. So I'm going to hit on product here, and that's going to show you all the different products that Printway offers. So they have wine tumblers. Some of them are shipped from the United States. So this 12-ounce wine tumbler, the price that they're showing here includes shipping. So that's your price including shipping. And that's sent from the United States. So if you're in the States and you want to get into doing some of these print-on-demand tumblers, this is an excellent price. Excellent. And these as well are skinny tumblers. If you're doing Etsy, it's a great place to get your products print-on-demand if you don't do your tumblers yourself. So this is a lasered wooden ornament. There's 2 layers. They cut the shapes, die cut or laser cut, I'm not sure. And it's actually not wood grain, it's wood grain print. So you can put any kind of print on here, any shapes, anything you can come up with, they can do it. It's absolutely amazing. This one, 2-layered mix ornament, that's beautiful as well. So I'm just scrolling down through here to see what else they have. They have some of these light up acrylic signs as well. They are beautiful. And there's no limit to what you can put on those. They do have acrylic blocks. These are really thick. And let's just go in and have a look in here. So you can get them in the 0.59 thickness or 0.78 thickness. The thicker they are, the nicer they are actually. So the 5.9 inches, that's almost 6 inches. That's an inch bigger than the ones that Shine On offers. In the really thick one, let's try the butterfly. It's $21.37. So if you're doing print on demand, you shouldn't have any trouble getting, $40. Probably 45 or 50 for this. And this is some of the examples that they have here. And they got butterflies, hearts, puzzle pieces, and square blocks. And they also have another product. Let's just go back here. Let's see. They do blankets as well. These ship from Australia. $23.98 is the total price of the blanket. That's amazing. So the one I was looking at earlier here is, let's see, this one. This is an acrylic block that you can customize the shape. I kind of like the shape that they're showing here. It's really nice. It's 0.59 thickness, which is 1.5 centimeters. I like that you can customize the shape. So you can also get that one in a 5.9 inch one as well. And the price for that is $17.49. So if we scroll down here, it shows us a price chart and a shipping chart. So for VIP 1, which is what you'll be first when you sign up, I guess it goes by the number of orders that you've placed. You get a little price break if you're a VIP 2 or VIP 3. So the price on this for the 5.9 inch is $7.49, and the shipping to US is $10. $17.49. That's awesome, and that's in American dollars. $17.49. If I was to do this, it would cost me $7.49 and $19.66 to ship to Canada. That's in American dollars. So it's roughly around $27. Convert that to American, you're talking 27, say $38. If I put $10 on it, it would be $48. It's kind of a stretch. I might just start a new Shopify store just shipping alone to the US because the cost to Canada is a little prohibitive. Not a lot of people will pay that. So I think I'm going to go with this product for today's setup. Okay, it's really pretty. So it tells you a little bit about product here. Processing time is 3 to 5 working days, average after payment, and all designs are updated correctly. Shipping time 7 to 15 working days average for the US. I'm not sure what it would be elsewhere, it doesn't say. Tracking country origin is in the US, so I guess what they do is they send out a big shipment to the US and their warehouse in the US sends it out by USPS, maybe, I'm not sure. Okay, the packaging, 1x acrylic block, so there's 1 to a package. Mockup and template. Download templates and mockups here. So that's the most important starting point here if you want to sell this product. So I'm just going to go in here and see what they got. It's going to take us to their Google Drive. So this is the template. This is the mockup. So I'm just going to go into the template here and have a look. You can't see it all. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So there's 2 parts to the template. There's the cut file, which is the outline here. And then there's the design file. And it's exactly the same shape. So you put the cut file on this. This is your safe area. And this is your safe area for your design file. So I think I'm just going to download this. I'm going to go back. Because I think I want to do this product. I want to make my own version. I'm going to go back here. Oops. Go back into the Google Drive. Is there a place here I can download this? Yes. Okay. So there's a little download button here. I'll just zoom it back in. Okay. So we'll download this template. Okay. Custom shape TIF. So we'll just let it download. My internet speed is severely lacking here. I think I might need a modem reset. Okay, so it's downloaded. I'm just going to double click on it. Where do I want to open this? In Photoshop. Okay, if you don't have Photoshop, I'm sure... Oh, I just had a sale or something. I'm sure you can do this in Canva as well. I'm not familiar with Canva. I don't really deal with Canva. Okay. So, oh yeah, this is a TIFF file. It's a layered file. So I'm going to zoom this in. Gives you the guides and everything to go by. That's awesome. So if I turn off this instruction copy, they got instructions up here. I'll turn this off. This is your 2 files. So your cut file will be in black. And your design file will be in whatever you choose. Anywhere you don't have pixels, it will be transparent. So I just want to zoom in on this. Okay. So I want to make my own version of this. And I also want to have it so that I can upload it after the design is done. I want to upload it so people can go in and put their own text in here before they order. Okay. So let's zoom this back out. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on this layer that says File Cut. Right click, select Pixels. Now I'm going to make a new, actually I'm not. Let's see, let's turn on this again. Instructional copy. So it says overall template size should be 1535 by 3701. That's the whole thing. The cut file is 1476 pixels by 1476 pixels. That's the maximum size inside your safe zone that you can have your design. So I'm going to set up a new file. And what did I say? 1476 pixels. 1476 by 1476. Okay, at 300 dpi. We'll hit create. Now I know that anything inside this area is the safe zone for this product. So I'm going to unlock this background layer here. I'm going to hit Control A and I'm going to delete it to make it transparent. Okay, so our template. So now I'm going to click on this layer. I'm going to right click on the thumbnail and I'm going to say select pixels. The first one I'm going to do, I'm going to go with the shape that they've given us. So I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to hit Control V. Whoa. That's a project that I was working on earlier. I guess my copy didn't take. Let's delete that. Homesick AF. Okay. Right click, select pixels, Control C. Now it should be copied. I should be able to paste the correct image. Control V. There you go. So if you want your product to be 5.9 inches by 5.9 inches, you need to make sure this whole area is filled out here. So, this is not going to be 5.9 inches high. It's going to be 5.9 inches across if they ordered a 5.9 inch variety of this product. Let's see if we can stretch that a little bit. I don't really like to do that, but let's see. Let's see if we can stretch it. So our aspect ratio button is off, which is what we want. We don't want the same height and width dimensions. Okay, we'll just stretch it out a little bit. Okay, that will work too. That's pretty, we think. Okay, so I'm going to go back in here. Now I'm going to get this design. I just want to see what it looks like with it stretched. And any information that's on here is going to be gone anyway because I'm going to put my own design on it. So let's just right click in here, select pixels. Now I'm going to hit Control C and go back into my template, paste it on there, Control V. Okay, so if I turn this off, this is not stretched yet. So I want to stretch this to match this. So I'll hit Control T and I'll haul this up and haul this down. And oh shit, it still doesn't match. I forgot to hit the check mark to make this stick, so just hit Control T, pull it up and pull it down. I got snap turned on so it snaps to the outside edges, which is great. So this, I'm going to turn this into a white layer so I can see the design. I don't really like the shape of that, but I'm going to go with it anyway just because. Okay, let's see, color overlay. Ooh, we want white. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like. Okay, maybe I'll just put it back the way it was. Okay, I'll make this white now so we can see our design. White, color overlay is white. Okay. So if I turn this off, this top layer, the design layer that's going to be printed onto the block, is transparent. So anywhere you don't have pixels, it's going to be totally transparent. So I want to add a mask to my design file, just so that I don't put any information out over the edge here. So to do that, I'm going to right click on this shape. I'm going to hit select pixels. And now I'm going to click on this layer. Actually, I'm going to add a new layer. Control Shift N. And add a mask. So this little button down here that looks like almost like a camera, you just click on that one. Okay, so if I turn this off now, we got a blank canvas here. So we need some elements to add to this. I'm thinking like a memorial, maybe a pet memorial, maybe. Let's see. I'm just going to haul up Creative Fabrica and see if I can find some design elements for here. Or Vecteezy is good also. I'm going to get Vecteezy and I'm going to get some red roses, I think. Oops. I don't know why it says I'm not signed in. I definitely am signed in. Let's try this again. Here we go. Vecteezy is a subscription-based site that I use all the time to get some really nice graphics. I'm looking for red roses. Okay, so I think some of these might work. Oh, here we go. Let's look in the PNG section. So in Vecteezy, there's vectors, there's photos, there's PNGs, images, videos. Let's look in PNG. I'd like to have some nice, oh, here we go. Yeah. That's exactly what I was looking for. So I'm going to download a few of these now and I'm going to place them around the edges of that print file. Which ones? Oh, these are really nice. Okay, so I'm going to download that. Okay, that one's downloaded. I might be able to make do with just the one. Let's just double click on this. Oh, it's not downloaded yet. 6.1 megabytes and it's so slow. And that's because I have this live going as well. It eats up a lot of resources. Okay. So I can take this now and I can hit Control A, Control Shift C, and I'm going to go back into my design template. I'm going to hit Control V. Now you can see that is way, way big. So let's just scale this down. On this, I should have my aspect ratio button turned on. Let's click it, and that way when you scale it, it'll scale it proportionally. So it's very, very big. Okay. I'm going to zoom this in also so you can see a bit better what I'm doing here. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to duplicate this, duplicate layer, and drag this one up here, and I'm going to hit Control T, and I'm going to turn it around a bit so that it's a little different shape. And I'm going to continue to do that all the way around. So I'm going to duplicate both of these. Duplicate. Okay. Control T. And I'm just going to bring that over here now, and I'll just right click on it and say flip horizontal. So that's over here. Let's try just one. Control C, Control V. And we'll put this down here. Control T. Now you can see that is out over the edge, and that's because they're all separate layers right now. When I get them placed the way I want them, I'll apply the layer mask. But what I'm going to do first, I'm going to add this layer mask to selection. Add to selection. And up here, I'm going to add a new layer. Shift Control N. And outside of this selection, I'm going to give it a white fill, because that way it'll show up the way you want it. Oops. Undo, Shift Control I to invert your selection. That's like a gray. That'll go away after. This is not going to be part of our design. And now I'm going to turn this original design off. And that's what our design is going to look like. So I can keep adding stuff to this, and whatever's inside this little, see, because this is acting as a mask. And it's taking in all these layers. If I had just mask on one, or I'd have to create individual masks for each layer, and I don't want to do that. So I just put this temporary mask on here, and when we're done, I'll take that off. I'll merge all these layers, and I'll apply the mask to it, and then I'll have my design. Okay, so this one, okay, don't fool with me today. Control T, which one? With this one, Control T, we're going to drag that one down a little bit. I just want to see what the original looks like. Let's turn it on here. Okay. So we want to, I don't know what I'm doing here. Let's hit Control Z to undo that. Okay, so we're on this one, T. I just want to move this around a little bit. Okay. And I don't want it down here on this. So I'll fix that up afterwards. Because you want some words going across here. Let's see. I'll put this here for now. I'll grab a couple more layers here. This one and this one. I'll paste that again. So they're all looking the same. I probably should have got some different ones. Let's go back into Vecteezy and get a couple different roses. Where did we get that one? Down here. So let's, I like this one. I'll download that one. Okay. As soon as that gets downloaded, now I'll add that to the mix. Let's go back. Let's get a couple more. You don't want all the same one because it won't look right. But you want them all to be of like the same color and basic design. So these look like they're part of a kind of a set. This one is nice as well. We'll get this one as well, and that should be enough. Okay, so click on this one. Control A, Control C, back to our template. Hit Control V. Ooh, way big. Zoom out. I'm going to turn the visibility off on this little thing for a minute. Control T, scale this down. Make it about the same size. And I'm just going to pop this one right about here. So let's scroll over a little bit and zoom this in. Okay, but I don't want it underneath the stem, so I'm going to drag the layer up. Okay, that looks good. Now let's get our other rows. And now then we'll have copies of each rose and we can copy them as required. Okay, this one as well. Control A, Control Shift C, back to our design. Control V, Control T, minus, minus. Zoom it back out. We don't want to overdo it with the flowers because it'll take away from the inside design, whatever you're putting on the inside there. Okay. Now that one can go right about here, but I don't want this this leaf down that far. I'll put that here like that. I guess you can have a couple leaves showing in the design. So let's turn our mask back on. Okay. Let's grab this one, this little straggler here. And we shall put that one about right here. Let's make a copy of this one. Control C, Control V. And we can put this here. We'll figure out how to do this afterwards, after we get the total design done. Okay. I'm going to turn on our original artwork here just for a reference layer. So you see that the flowers go right around the whole edge here. There's some here at the bottom, and there's some around these edges of this swirl here. Okay, so let's see. I want all these. I want all these flowers because they're all different. Okay, so let's see. Let's turn off our mask again. And I'll turn off this artwork layer. And I'll turn off this. So I just want to grab all these. So let's see. We want this one. I'm holding down on my control key now so that I'm adding layers as I go. I think I am. So we want this one, this one, this one, and this one. So I'm going to hit G, Control G, and I'm going to put them in a group. So I'm going to Control C, Control V. I copied that group. Okay, now I'm going to turn the mask back on. So I'm going to grab this group. Oops, I don't have select group added. I have select layer. So I got to choose select group. Okay, so I'll just grab that group and I'll bring it up here. Now I can hit Control T and give it a little spin around here. Okay, we can alter that however we like. Okay, that looks pretty good, I think. Okay, so now we got our two groups here. So I'm going to copy this group again, Control C, Control V. Now I'm going to hit Control T and right click and flip horizontal. And that just turns it right around. So I'll have the exact same flower facing each other, I think. No, we can cover that up. Alright. So that looks pretty good. Okay, so let's see what it looks like on our compared to our original design. I think they might be a little too big. I think it might be a little bit big. I'm going to just, I'm going to grab all these, I think, and just drag them out a little bit. So I want this group, I want this group. So whenever you're choosing multiple of anything, hold your shift key or your control key. Control will do them randomly, like in any order. This one and this one, this one and this one. Okay, I'm going to put all those in a group too. Okay, so that's in group 2. I'm going to hit Control T and I'm going to just nudge that up a little bit because I find it looks a little big. Okay, that looks pretty good. Alright, turn on our original artwork. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Maybe we can nudge it up a tiny bit more. So as you're nudging it up, these two flowers are going up as well. I'm going to move those back down in just a bit. Okay, so you're just getting the bare outline of the roses. Okay, that's good. Okay, turn that off. Now I want to change from select group to select layer. And I want to click on this rose and I want to move it over here a little bit. And this one moved over here down a tiny little bit. Okay. So I think that's it for the roses. Nope, we got to do the sides as well. So, good way to do that, I guess, is to go into your group 2 and grab one of these groups that you have set up here. Which are where? Right here, group 1. Let's just grab group 1. Hit Control T. So that's these flowers here. So I'm going to just duplicate this group. I'm going to hit Control C and Control V. And now I got another copy of group 1. I'm going to just drag that right up to the top underneath our little temporary mask here. So I'm going to hold this group 1 and I'm going to hit Control T and I'm going to drag this down here over the edges. But I want to make it smaller. So I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. And I'm going to just place it in here like this. And I'm going to give it a little turn. Get the maximum coverage that I can. Oh, somebody's blowing their horn. Let's make this a bit smaller again, because I'd like to have a little bit of transparency. Okay. Drag it down, drag it up. Okay, so that looks pretty good. So I'm going to turn off our original design again, and that way I can see what I'm going to have here. So this was group 1, Control C, Control V, and we can just play around with that now. I got it set to select the layers and not the group, so I can move all these elements of the group around however I like. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I got 2 of group 1 now for that. I'm going to merge these. I'm going to click shift on both of these groups and I'm going to make a new group. That's group 3. So that includes all these little roses. So I'm going to hit Control V. I'm going to turn on select group again. And now I can just drag this over. Out to about right here. Okay, Control T, and I can give it a little turn. Okay, hit enter, duplicate that again, and so I want to zoom in on that now just to see how it's going to look. Anywhere that there's no pixels is going to be clear, so that should look pretty good. Okay. Oh, so that's zoomed right into 200, so it's a little bit pixely. I'll zoom it back out to 100. And that looks good to me. I think it's really cute. Okay. So all our group 3s now are these flowers in here. So what I want to do is highlight all the group 3s. So I'll select the top one, hover over the bottom one, hit my shift key and click, and that selects them all. I'm going to hit another group now, Control G, and that's going to be group 4. So what I want to do, I want to take group 4, I want to flip it horizontally and place it over on the other side. So let's zoom out. Okay, so group 4, Control C, Control V. Wow. So I'm going to hit Control T, right click, flip horizontal, and now I can just drag this group down into here and put it where I think it should go. Alrighty, I think it looks pretty cute. Alright, So let's zoom that out now and see what we got here. Yep, looks pretty cute. So just click on your move tool here. So I'm gonna temporarily disable the visibility on these flowers. So to do that, I'm gonna click select layer, click on one flower, and it'll show me which layer it is. So I'm just gonna temporarily hide that. I'm going to click on this layer, and I'm going to temporarily hide that as well. So I want to set a little boundary here now where I can put some text. And that's where I don't want these flowers to show up. So what I got to do is I'm going to make a line that differentiates this area. And then I'm going to put a mask on these two flowers. I'm going to merge this down. I'll merge them down into one layer. Right click, merge down. Okay, so now I can okay, so I want some text to go from here down to here, something like I love you, Mom, or I love you. Probably if you're going to have it customizable where they can change to who's from, sort of like to my mom, to my sister, to my wife, to my mother-in-law, to my stepmother, to my bonus mom, to my sister, to my godmother, whatever. You can set it up so they can change it however they want. And that way it's a product that would appeal to more than one group of people. So if you put I love you, Mom in here, you could have it so that they can customize the word that's here, but because this is on such a slant, it's going to be difficult to do for the longer words in tea and blue. So, let's see. I got to put a mask on that design now. So, plus, plus, plus. Let's see. So I want this line to follow the natural curve of this. So I'm going to use my pen tool, my curvature pen tool, and I'm going to click right about here. And I'm going to click here. Oops, that's wrong. Escape out of that. Undo. Okay, so we're going to want the curve of this line. This whole curve here. So, plus curvature pen tool. Just add your points along where you want to put your line. So now I want to click down here, and it should automatically pick up the curve. No, it didn't really. Maybe I need to move this up a little bit. There. Okay, that looks good there. So I'll just continue on with this line. Okay. So that's good. I'm going to double click this to make it into a corner. And I'm going to click up here, double click to make it into a corner. Double click and double click. Okay. So that'll give me the right shape. So if I turn this back on and select this layer, and now I right click here on one of these nodes of this path that I just made and hit make selection. I can say OK, and now I want to add a mask to these flowers, so I'm going to hit the mask, and it automatically cuts them off exactly where I want them to be cut off. Okay, so now they won't be overflowing into this area where I want the text. So I can zoom up now. I want to put some text in here on a line. And I'm going to put the text, I love you more than you will ever know. And that's quite a lot of text. And I'm going to make it follow this curve. So first thing I want to do, I think I'm doing this right, bear with me if I'm not. I want to get this again. So I'm going to right click on this and I'm going to say add mask to selection. No, maybe not. Nope. I'm just going to make another curve. I'll hit Control D. That's not what I want it to do. So I'm going to make the path for this text. So I'm going to click here on my curvature tool. I'm going to start right here. And I'm going to click right here. I'm going to click right here. I'm going to click right here. It kind of knows where the curve is. It amazes me actually. And click right here. This one probably needs another little node here. Okay, so that's as big as I probably ever want this text to be. I don't like this. Let's undo that. Okay. Alright. So that's the curve that I want this text to follow. So what I got to do now, I got to hit my text tool. Make sure it's center aligned. I have Adobe handwriting chosen here. I don't want that. I want something a little nicer than that. Auckland Hills is very bold. I don't really want that. Let's find a nice elegant handwriting. This astrology one is pretty nice. I'm going to use that. Okay, so I have my text chosen. The size on it is a little big. It's at a 60. I'm going to take it down to about an 18. And I'm going to roughly find a spot in this line that would be roughly around the center. I can move it afterwards. Oh, one more thing, I got to change the color of the text. I want that as a black. Okay. Alright, so roughly find the center of the line. If you notice on your cursor, you got a straight line going across the cursor. As soon as you hit this curve, it gives you a little curvy line. So I'm going to start a bit right here. I think that should be good. And now it's going to give you your text. And that is too big. It's all highlighted, so you can just click on your size and you can change the size of it. 14 looks still a little big. Let's try 12. Okay. So I'm going to start typing. I love you. Oops. Capitalize. More. Actually, I'm just going to put in I love you more. That's a very popular phrase amongst parents and their children, grandparents and their grandchildren, husbands and wives. I love you more. A lot of people say that. I'm going to make it a tiny bit bigger because it's not going to be as much text as I had originally thought. So I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to make it a 16. Okay, that should be good. So now I'll just click on my move tool here. Now I got my text. So this layer is highlighted. I'm going to hit Control T, and now I can just click my arrow button to place that wherever I like. Okay, so I think that looks good. Hit Enter. Yep, that'll work. So I'm going to just turn on our original design again here now to see how mine lines up with theirs. And I think it's pretty good. Zoom out. Alright. Turn off their design. Oh yeah, my design is shaping up pretty good. Okay. So I'm just going to turn on the original design, but I'm going to turn the opacity down on it so that it's not as in your face, but I can still see where the elements need to go. So it says side by side or miles apart, mother and daughter will always be connected by heart. I don't really like that saying. Let's see, but we'll go with it anyway. So let's zoom in a little bit here. Side by side or miles apart. I'm going to get the font called, let's see, font called, there's one here that looks something like the lemonade font, but it's not. All these fonts that I use in my designs, you can grab them off of the font. This one is called Architect's Daughter. I'm going to use that one. I'm going to say, oh, that's a pretty font. I like that. Side, by side, or don't worry about the spacing, we'll fix that up in a bit when we get our size down correctly. Miles apart. Okay, so we want to make this text roughly about the same size as the text on the original image. So just hit your move tool here. Now you can hit Control T and you can just scale that down until you get your text down where you want it. Alright, so it's a little small. It's not exactly the same font, it's similar. Okay, so that one there looks pretty good. Now we want this second line here to be up on par with where this one is. So in our character, if you don't, I'm going to turn it off and show you how to find it. When you have a text layer chosen, you go into Window and you click on Character. And that brings up the character panel. So I can't really zoom this one in. This top entry here, right here, it says regular. And then it's called leading. And what leading means is space between lines of text. So right now it's set to 36 and it's way too much. So I'm just going to click on, why is it not letting me do that, I wonder. Oh, okay. Because we didn't click our check mark here. Okay. So now we can do it. So leading is set to 36.17. If you go in here and you click auto, it moves it up quite a bit. So let's turn this off. So you see where my text is. I kind of like that. Auto is good. It goes by the size of your font. So I'm going to just look here. Our font size for this line is approximately about a 9.65 font size. I want it just a tiny bit closer together. So instead of auto, I'm going to go in and I'm going to choose 10. Did nothing. Let's try it again. 10. It moved it up a little bit closer. So you can see the different values, how it affects the different font leading. 6, we'll put it right tight together. We don't want that. We'll go with the 10. I think the 10 is pretty good. Turn on our original design and it's pretty much dead on. Okay, so original design, let's turn the opacity down on this. Turn it right down so you can just barely see it. Okay, so now we're going to say mother and daughter will always be connected by heart. Now will always be connected is the same font as this layer. So what we can do here, because we got everything all set up already, is we can just select this layer and we can just hit Control C and Control V. And that gives us a new editable text layer. So I'm going to drag that over here and place it. Make sure you get it lined up. You get a little pink line when it's aligned properly. Okay, so you see that the pink line is showing you on the right hand side that is aligned with the other layer up top there. So just hit your text tool, highlight all this. Mothers and daughters will always be connected by. Okay, so that's it for that font. That much is done. So we want the words mother and daughter now in a nice fancy font. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to grab, let's see, get my text tool here. I'm going in here and I think I'm going to get this, Brock script. That's a pretty fancy looking font. Oh yeah, here we go. That's really nice. So I'm just going to type in mother and daughter. Oh, turn off your caps lock, girlfriend. Okay. So that one is a little spaced out. Yeah, it's way spaced out. So I can try something here. I don't know if it'll work. This setting in your character panel is called the tracking. And what tracking means is how close these characters are together. So I can try it, but because of script, where the letters join, if you change the tracking, they might not connect up properly. So let's just try it. We're going to try minus 50. Yeah, that's not going to work. So push that in. See how this doesn't connect up properly? It's pixelated because it's zoomed in so far. Let's try minus 100. It should be more obvious. Oh yeah, it doesn't, like you got the end of the T coming up here in the H, and the end of the H is coming up here in the E. That's no good. We'll set that back to the original. So we'll say 0. The way we'll make this fit is pure genius. So let's hit Control T. And now we want to take off our proportionate button to resize this. So we'll just click here. That way when I grab this handle and move it over, it's going to get narrower, but it's not going to get less high. It's not going to get shorter. It'll stay the same height, but it'll just be narrower. So I can just drag that over. Yeah, there. That looks pretty good. Mother and daughter. Okay, yeah, that'll work. I don't know if I can turn bold on this, as there's not a bold option for that font. But what I can do is call it faux bold. So I click on the layer, and I can click right here on the character, and it'll add a faux bold. And I think what it does, it adds a little bit of a stroke to the outside edge. Oh yeah. I don't know if I like it or not, but I think I'll go with that. Alright. It's touching the rows here. I don't want that. I'm going to make it just a tiny bit narrower. Drag it in. Drag it out. Okay. So the other words here are heart. So I'm going to make a duplicate of this layer. Duplicate. Or I could just hit Control C and Control V. And I'm just going to drag this down. And I'm going to edit the text in here. Here's your text tool. Just highlight all this. And I'm going to type in the word heart. And I'm going to click my move tool, hit Control T, and now I can stretch it up a bit, make it bigger. Probably might want to turn the faux bold off on this one. Let's see what it looks like. Oops. Hit your check mark. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to take the faux bold off mother and daughter as well. I don't really like this too bold. And that's not bold enough really. Turn it back on mother and daughter and leave it off on heart. That's what I would do. Okay, so next thing we want to do is find some nice little image of a mom and her daughter. Now on Creative Fabrica, which is a subscription-based site, it's a membership site. You can go on there, and if you're a member, you can download to your heart's content. It's $4.99 a month, and it's billed annually. So the link is in the description if anybody's interested in that. If you're not a member, you can also go on and buy the elements. I'm going to go in here now, and I'm going to try to find a picture of a mother and a daughter. Let's see. So I'm in Vecteezy right now. Creative Fabrica is the place to go for these clip arts. Okay. So I'm going to type in mother, daughter, clip art. So you want to put something just really basic in there, you can. If you want to have it so, let's see. You can get the clip arts that you can change the hair, you can change the clothes, you can change if it's a boy, if it's a girl, whatever. Oh, here we go. These are gorgeous. That's beyond the scope of this challenge video today. I did do a video showing you how to upload clip art in TN so that it's customizable by the customer. I'm going to go with something just a little more basic today. Something just classic looking. Mother and daughter clip art. Now these are nice. I'm just going to grab one of these, I guess. I'll just pick a real generic one. And you can also set it up so that customer can change these out as well. So these are the images that you're going to get. So I'm going to hit download. And when that gets downloaded, I'll open it up, pop my image in there, and then I'll save my file. Then I'm going to go into Printway and grab one of their markup files and apply my image to the markup file so that we can see how my product is going to look. I'd like to have a cup of coffee. Tim's is just around the corner there, and I didn't bother to go get one. I should have, but I didn't. Okay, so we got 4 different PNGs. I'm just going to grab one. That'll open it up in Photoshop. Oh, that's lovely. I'm going to hit Control A, Control C, and I'll go back to my design, where did it go? Untitled 2. Okay, and I'm going to hit Control V. It's way, way big. And I'm going to hit Control T now and scale it down. Just keep, oh shoot. Make sure your proportion button's on whenever you're resizing images. So scale that now. Let's see. I think that's going to be absolutely beautiful. Let's see. You just make it small enough. And make sure it doesn't overlap your words there. Okay. There. Now that's our design done. Next thing I'm going to do is add it to a markup just to see how it's going to look. So what I want to do now, I want to merge all these layers. So I'm going to turn this one off. These, what's this? This is my mask file. So I'm just going to drag that down here for now, and I'm going to turn that off as well. I'm not going to turn it off, I'm just turning off the visibility of it. So whatever you see here now is what's going to end up on our product. And I'm going to set it up in my Shopify store so that people can add the mom's name and the daughter's name in here. And they can do it in real time. So everything above this layer, except for our temporary mask here, which went where? I'll turn that off. We're going to merge visible. Anything that's visible is going to be merged into one layer. So I'm just going to right click on this layer here. That's our clip art layer. Right click, and I'm going to say merge visible. Okay. Now I have everything in one layer. It looks kind of stupid right now, but it's not going to be stupid. And I'm going to just drag this mask up over here. I'm going to hit right click and say apply layer mask. And that is our design file for this product. Okay. So our template is, if I was sending that to the manufacturer now to get done, I would just hit here. I would right click, I'd say Control A, Control Shift C, and copy it all. And then I'd go into the template. Okay, so I'm going to turn off our instruction layer. Deselect that. I'm going to paste my design directly over top of this design. Then I'm going to get rid of this. So V, T, and just drag it down until it lines up perfectly, which is right about here. So I'll get rid of the old one. I'll just turn off the visibility on it. So if I wanted to get this product made right now, I'd just send this straight to the manufacturer along with my order. And that's what I'll get. So next thing I want to do, I want to see how exactly this is going to look on the mock-up that Printway provides. So I'm going back into Printway, custom shape, click here for mock-ups. Now their mock-ups are really detailed. I was very impressed. And it got to be a Photoshop mock-up. So if we double click on this, this is a TIFF file. I wonder is that set up. So that's a mock-up image. That's no good. That's just a flat image. We can't really update that. But that's what their markup gives you. It gives you all these things, and you only update your files once. It's pretty cute. So go back, custom shape. I think the TIFF file will work the same. This is in Vietnamese. Okay, so this is just a design. If you wanted to make this design, I don't think they'd have a problem with you making this design. You could just go in here, you could take out these names, add your own names, and have that printed. Okay, so that's not the file we want. We'll close that one. It is the TIFF file. Markup, I'll just go in here and download that. I don't know why they got it in a TIFF file and not in a Photoshop file. And it's very detailed. You can see the dimensions of the product and everything. I really love this stuff. Every video that I do, I tell everybody how much I love doing this stuff. So scanning for viruses. It's going to take its time downloading that now. I'm pretty confident that my design is going to look just as pretty as this one. I hope so. So Photoshop for me is an absolute must-have. If I didn't have Photoshop, I wouldn't be able to do this work because I'm not trained in anything else really. Canva, I've played around with it. It's not really my cup of tea. It's not something that it doesn't have the same capabilities as Photoshop, put it that way. There's a lot of things that I do in Photoshop that I would never be able to do in Canva. So this is halfway down. So as soon as that gets downloaded, now I'll crack her open and we'll add our design to it. So it's almost done. I don't know if you can hear this or not, but it's saying that YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streamers. The viewers will experience buffering. I hope you don't experience buffering. It's annoying. It's because I'm downloading this file and my internet is garbage. I should go reset my router. Okay, so we got our TIFF file downloaded. We're going to double click and it opens it up in Windows Photo Viewer. That's not what we want. Okay, so we'll right click, we'll say show in folder. We'll right click and we'll say open with Adobe Photoshop. So we'll just wait for that to open there now. Okay, so when you open this file, it gives you the opportunity to link to your template file. So let's just see if I save this file and link to it, will it work? So let's cancel this for now. Where is my template file? It's this one. That's not it. My template file is this one. Okay, so I'm going to turn this background layer off. I'm going to save this as template file. Save as. Just save it in downloads. Template file. I'm just playing right now. So when I go to set these up on my website, I'll have specific folders and specific everything. Okay, template file, I'm going to save it as a PNG. I'm going to export file, export as PNG. Template for acrylic block. Okay, so that's saved now. I can go back into my markup file and double click here on this top layer and I should be able to go to desktop and template for acrylic. Okay, that's the one I want. So that's going to upload my design there now. It's working on it. So as soon as that gets saved now, it should show up in this markup, and all the different markups should contain my design and not the original design. I think my computer might need a reset. Okay, so it's been uploaded. Let's go back to our markup, and that's my design. That's my design on all these markups. Isn't that gorgeous? Let's zoom in a little bit. Wow, the detail in the markups alone is astounding. I really, really love this product. I really love this provider. So I'm going to turn the visibility on all the different markups, and then I'm going to turn them off one by one so we can see what we got. Okay, so this is markup number 6. Okay, markup number 5. Markup number 4. 3. Oh, this is a little bit weird. Oh, let's turn this one off. There. Now, isn't that absolutely beautiful? Even got the little heart shadow. And if I had a different shape set up here, it would cast a different shadow, I think. So any shape that you decide to come up with there, it'll do all the background work, like the edges. Oh wow, I am so impressed with this. Let's turn this one off and we'll turn on this one. So this is all your details about your product. Shows the size that's available. This is to 5.9. So for this one, if you had a different shape, you would probably have to customize this part of the markup. Okay, so this can be purchased as low as 3.93 inches. So there is a square template, so you can have it perfectly square. You can have 5.9 by 5.9, whatever you decide to set up for yourself. Oh, I am so happy with this. So happy. So that's how you do the markups. And that was easier than I thought it was going to be. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to add this to my Shopify store. So what I need to do now is I need to find an actual product markup for this particular product. And I kind of like this one. Yep, I really like this one. Let's try the other ones. That one's pretty as well. That one is, they're all so pretty. So I'm going to grab 2, I think. I'm going to grab 2 and I'm going to set these up on my Shopify store so that people can purchase these and they can put in their names that they want. So if anybody's watching, I'd love to hear your comments. Print on demand is such a great way to make some money. I think this might go on my Etsy shop, definitely, because there are a lot of acrylic products on Etsy, but they're mostly the shine on ones, so that a square block, a puzzle piece, or a heart. Shine on doesn't provide any customized cutouts. I'm in awe. I'm absolutely in awe of this. So I'm going to save this as a PNG file. Save as. Nope, not save as. Sorry. I'm going to export it as a PNG file. File, export as PNG. Export as PNG. I'm just trying to figure out how to put this on the Shopify store now through TNBlue so that I get the same outline, because I'd like to have it so that they can customize this photo. They can pick one of the other ones that came with the download, because not everybody got blonde hair. So what I'm going to do for my artwork, I'm going to, I'm a little bit stumped. I think okay, I'm just going to figure this out later, but right now I'm going to save this as a PNG file, because that's going to be my template, my mock-up template. Mock-up, custom shape, acrylic plaque. I'll just call this mock-up 1, AP mock-up 1. And everything again goes to my desktop. Okay, so that's our mock-up 1. Let's turn this one back on. And we'll call this mock-up 2. Okay, we'll go with these two for now. File, export. Export as PNG. AP mock-up 2. If anybody's not familiar with TNBlue, it's the back-end app on Shopify that allows you to give the customer the ability to add their own text. Add their own text to the product so that they can see exactly what it's going to look like before they purchase it. Okay, so that's saved. I could technically shut this down now, but I'm not going to, because I might need to go in here for something. So I'm going to go into my store. Okay, I'm going to go into Island Design Factory. This is my Shopify store. Not a lot of activity going on this these days, because I'm not really running any ads or anything. I'm more into the prepping up my store now for products. So if you have the TNBlue app, loaded into your Shopify, you can just go into apps and load it in there. So I already have it open, so I don't need to do that. So I'm in TNBlue. I was into something earlier. I'm just going to close that out. So what I need to do now is I need to go import product. The print provider that I'm working with here today is called Printway. So I'll just click on Printway. Today. Let's close that and try it again. I'm going to refresh this. So TNBlue is a paid product. If you don't make any sales, you don't pay. You pay based on the amount of sales that you get. I'm going to click Printway. There. So now I'm into Printway. I have my API in that all connected, which means that I can go and access their product catalog, basically. It's very simple to set up. If you would like for me to do a video and show how to do that, I'd be more than happy to do it. Just let me know. So we're looking for acrylic. So this should bring up all the acrylic products. Custom shape acrylic block. This is the one that we're looking for here. And lo and behold, same image that we were just looking at. So I'm going to hit import on that. And that's going to bring that into my tea and blue. So while it's importing, you can still close this window. And when it gets imported, it'll show up here. Custom shape acrylic block. So I'm going to go into that product base. I'm going to call this mother and daughter. If you're doing a lot of different designs in the same shape, you can just call it something generic. But I'm going to specifically just leave it to this one for now. DAUGHTER acrylic swirl, let's call it. Acrylic swirl, SWIRL. Okay, so in here, give some information about the product. You can edit this however you like. It says here mock-up and template are here. We can take that out. Some of this information is suitable for the customer to see, and some of it isn't. So you always want to look this over and customize it to your own liking. You can put something sappy in there about the love between mother and daughter, or you can do that right in your product description. It says manufacturer made by Printway. I'm just going to take all that out. I'll fine tune my description later on. I just want to get this product up on the store. Okay. So it says note actual color may be slightly different from the image due to different monitor and light effects. That's absolutely true. I'm going to leave that in there. Please allow 0.5 to 2 centimeter differences due to manual measurement. That's just a disclaimer. That really shouldn't happen, but I guess occasionally it might happen. So it says your key features here. Made of acrylic plexiglass, environmentally friendly, pollution free and odorless, professional printing technology, clear pictures, no color difference, no color fading, easy to customize. Each acrylic is customizable. You can print a unique design with our acrylic plates. So this is my first one of these that I've done, so bear with me. I'm still learning this. And that's what this is all about. It's about me learning, and if you guys want to follow along and learn with me, I'd be more than happy to take you for the ride with me. I might learn something from you. You might learn something from me. Specification, processing time, 3 to 5 working days. Shipping time, 7 to 15 working days average. I'm going to take out this US here. Alright, so I'm going to just click save. So right here it says in color 0.59 inches. I'm going to take that out. I'm just going to put default in here. Okay. So for pricing, I haven't really figured out the pricing. I think I'm just going to sell the 5.9, so I'm just going to put in my price for that, and that's going to be $49.99 Canadian. Okay. If you want to make it appear that it's on sale, you put in a compared price. I'm just going to put in $59.99. So when I publish my product, the $59.99 will be crossed out, and the $49.99 will be the price. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is upload a mock-up. So this is our mock-up right here. Let's have a look at that. So that's showing that one. I don't want that one. I want my own. So let's back out of that. Hit cancel. Shit. Go back in here. So we'll delete this mock-up, remove, and I'm going to add the 2 mock-ups that I created myself. Mock-up. What did I do with those? Desktop, right? Yep. As with everything else. Bad dirty habit. Okay, so these are the 2 mock-ups that I want to upload. You can only click one at a time. It doesn't let you multi-select. So just click your first one, open, and wait for that to upload. Okay. And that's our mock-up. That's one of them. And we don't have to do another thing with this except for actually put our text on here. So I'm going to hit save. And I'm going to upload another one as well. That way there will be two different views for the customer to see when they're customizing their work before they order. Okay. That looks good to me. Okay, we'll hit save on that. So I got two different mock-ups now. So that's our product base set up, pretty much. Again, you can update your description in here, set your prices. And for this one, it says 5.9 by 5.9. That product is not 5.9 by 5.9. It's 5.9 by something else. So let's go into campaign. Actually, we're going to go into our artwork first. So our artwork, we're going to set up a new artwork. And we're going to call it Rose, Mother, and Daughter. And we'll hit category, acrylic displays, import product area. That will give you the print area right directly from your product base. So acrylic block, that's not the one. Mother and Daughter acrylic swirl, that's the one. Okay, so that's the product. It doesn't show our print area. Maybe I didn't set up a print area. Okay, cancel out of that. Go back, hit cancel. Go back into your product base. Usually that comes already set up. When you import the product, it usually always has the print area set up. So I need to find out what our print area actually is. So let's go back into Photoshop. I'm glad I didn't close all that out now. So our print area is everything that's going to be in this product. So I know it's 5.9 inches across. It's not quite 5.9 up, but we'll set it up for that as well. So where are we? Let's go back into this design, Untitled 2. So let's see how many pixels that is. Image size. It's 1476 by 1476 pixels. That's great. Okay, 1476 by 1476. So let's go back into our product base here, and we'll hit new print area, and it's called 1479 by 1479. Save. Now when I go into artwork and set up my artwork for that product, the print area should be there. So we're going to call it, what did I say? Mother and Daughter Roses. Category is acrylic displays. If the category you want there is not there, you just click new category, type it in, and then it'll be there. So we don't want custom size, we want to import the print area size. So the print area size is, click on Mother and Daughter acrylic. Now the print area is there. So we select that and hit save. And now this is our actual artwork for our project. Okay. So I want to go back into Photoshop, and I'm going to export this, file export as Mother and Daughter Roses. Okay, that's our artwork. The only thing that got to be modified on that artwork now is the names put on there. if I wanted to, I could have imported this artwork without this these pictures here, and then I could have set them up so that the customer could change them out to meet their needs. I'll probably do that later. So image, we want to upload that image that we just exported. And that was mother and daughter roses. Okay. So whenever you upload artwork in here, you need to wait a few minutes and then you hit reload because it takes a little while to display the preview. These were great big files. It took forever for these to display. These are 24 by 24 inches. Hit reload again. Here it is. So it's right here. Hit select. Okay, so this is our artwork. Now we want to add two text layers here. We want mother and daughter. So we'll hit text. This is our default text. I want to make this a different font. Let's see. Choose custom fonts. I have some fonts that I've uploaded here that I've used quite often. Bentley script. Let's see what that one looks like. That's a little narrow. Don't like it. Betty regular. I think that one's narrow too. Nope. That's not what I want. I want a script font. Siblings. That one looks pretty good. It's not exactly like the other ones. Technically, probably I should have uploaded the enchanted script font. I don't think I did that. Yes, I did, actually. I have it right here. Enchanting script. So this is the exact same. No, it isn't. Oh, dear. Well, we'll go with the siblings one. Okay. So we want to set our size for that. Now, how big do we want this, these names to be? Not really big. So make sure you have your text layer chosen. Up here is where you adjust the size. Okay, I think that might be big enough. I'm wondering if I should put them here or if I should put them up here. And it needs to go a little bit smaller again. So set it at 30, I think at 25 or 20. 22 is too small. 25 should be good. I'm going to put the names up here. I'm going to set the alignment to right align for the mother and left align for the daughter. So to do that, your alignment button is right here. Horizontal align, click it down. We'll set this to right align. So that means the edge of the text is going to be wherever the edge of this text is, no matter how many characters you type in there. Okay. So I got that one. I'm going to duplicate this layer and I'm going to drag this over and I'm going to change the alignment on this to left align. Now drag it over where I want it to be. I'm going to zoom this in a little tiny bit. 120. Okay. Alright, so make sure that you got them exactly where you want them to show up. You can stagger them too. You can put the mother's name up a little higher and the daughter's name down below. I think I'll go with that. Okay. So this is the mother's name. So I want to name this layer now. So that's this text layer. I'll double click here. I'll just put mom name and click here. I'll double click this and rename this layer daughter name. Okay. So now we got to set up personalization for this. So we'll start with the mom name. We'll go into our little edit here. Auto scale when text is too long. We don't need to do this because I doubt that if anybody will type in enough text in this line to run over into the roses. So that's fine. If she types in a fairly long name, it'll only come over here. It won't bump into anything, so it's good. So we don't need to put in any maximum amount of characters. We don't need to put in any auto scale or anything like that. So if you had it auto scale on, you set the maximum width that the text could go, and then if they type in more characters than that space will handle, it will start to make the characters a little smaller so that it can accommodate the text. You can also put in a maximum number of characters so that they won't be able to put in too much and make it too small so that they can't read it. Okay, so the next thing now is personalization setting. Add a toggle to show or hide this layer. No, we want to have that on. We'll click enable personalization and we'll call this option mother's name. Mother's name. And the placeholder text will be the same. Mother's name. Okay. Scroll down. We don't want them uppercase. We want to leave this as normal input text case. Input type, we'll leave it as it is. Leave everything as is except for these little two check marks down here at the bottom. These two little switches need to be turned on. So mark this option as required and show customization on cart or checkout. Okay, so that's her all set up. Now you can see over on the right hand side here that it's set up because it has mother's name, and that's what the customer is going to see. You can't update it here in the artwork preview, but once we get back to and set up a campaign for this, we'll be able to update the mother's name and the daughter's name. So let's go back out of here and we'll go into daughter's name now and we'll do exactly the same. So no auto scale, turn on your personalization, enable personalization, option title, daughter's name, placeholder text, daughter's name, okay. Text character limit, we don't want to put that in there. The only thing we're going to change here is to mark this option as required and show customization on cart or checkout. So that's set up. Now we got our two personalization fields here. We'll click save. Okay, so that's our artwork. It takes a minute for the thumbnail to show up for that. So let's go into campaign. We'll set up our campaign. Every new product is actually called a campaign. I'll go into new campaign. We'll call this mother and daughter acrylic swirl. So once you get to this step, you're about 5 minutes from having a live product on your store if you've set everything up properly. Acrylic swirl block. Okay, so we'll hit save. So you get a blank template here for a product. It has absolutely no information in here yet except for the title. So we're going to go into available products. So that'll go into our product base and we can choose from there. So this is our product base, mother and daughter acrylic swirl. Okay. So now we say select artwork. So mother and daughter roses. Now we're going to get a bit of an overlap. You're not going to see it yet because we don't have any print areas set up here. So what we need to do, we need to go into this one and we need to add a print area. So there's a button here that says add print area. Front. So in a minute this artwork is going to load and it's going to overlap with what's already there. So we need to make this a little bit bigger. It's not fully loaded yet either. Okay. So we want to make this about the same size as the one on our actual mock-up. So just make it about the same size. It's not quite the same size. We need to just adjust this a little. I want to try to get the words I love you overlap perfectly here because that way we're still going to have to mask out our Still going to have to mask out our mock-up a little bit. Okay, so I think that's good there. So I'm going to hit save on this. I'm going to have to come back in here after and put a mask on this. And by putting a mask on it, it's going to black out everything in the artwork except for these names. And we need to do that because it's already in the mock-up. So, but we need to also have it in our artwork because that's what the print provider is going to receive. So we'll hit save and see how it's going to look. I know how it's going to look. It's going to look terrible. Okay, but you do have your uploadable files here. Okay, so this says default text, default text. We need to fix that in our artwork as well. So when you type in mother's name, we'll say Rosemary. Rosemary and Kayla. Okay, I'm going to make those words a little bit bigger as well. It's not really big enough. Okay, and I'm also going to do the same thing for this one. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to add our print area and line it up best you can. We're going to go in Photoshop and make a mask for this. By making a mask, you're going to black out everything on the artwork except for the names so that it won't overlap and it'll look correct. And when the customer orders it, you'll still get your file with your artwork, all your artwork on it. So, let's see. You could spend all day fooling with these mock-ups, and the more work you put into them, the better they look. They're absolutely beautiful. I'm really, really impressed with the quality of the mock-ups that these people provide. Okay, so that's good enough for now. We'll hit save. So now we got two mock-ups, and both of them are updatable, and both of them say Rosemary and Kayla. But this text is way too small. So we're going to go back into our artwork, and we're going to make this text a bit bigger and a little bit bolder. And I think I'm going to change the font. I'm going to go with this type of font, like the lemonade style font. And that way I can beef it up a little bit without losing any detail. So let's go and edit here. Default text, we want mom's name. We'll just put in mom. Mom name. Okay. And back out of that. Go in a daughter's name, hit edit. We'll call this daughter name. Okay. And I think I'm going to move them a little bit. This is going to be right about here. And this one is going to be right about here. So let's up the text size. So your font size is here. Just click on your up arrow button and just hold it in until it gets a little bit bigger. Okay. Now we're going to go in and change our font. I got these in custom fonts. It's called DK Lemon Yellow Sun. It's not exactly the same as this. I might upload a different one later. I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes. Before I actually, I can publish it to my store, but I can always go in and make the changes, and then it will modify it. So that we will do. And this one we'll do the same. Mom name. And we'll go with this DK, or let's try that Betty Regular. That's nice too. That's very, very faint though. It's nice, but it's too faint. Okay, we won't do that one. We'll do the DK Lemon Yellow Sun. And the size was, whoops, size. Size for the daughter name was 36, so we'll make the mom same, 36. 36. Okay. I'm just wondering if that's big enough. 36, 36. Okay, I'm going to make them a little bolder now. So to do that, we just add a very faint stroke to this text. These are black. So we click on our stroke button here. We'll go into enable stroke. And right now it's putting a red stroke on it. You can't really see that, but it's there. So if I turn up the size of the stroke, you can see that there's a red stroke on it. And that's not what we want. We want a black stroke. So this code here is called a hexadecimal code. We will put in all zeros, and that will give us all black. Okay, so when you get in, just hit your tab key. All right, so we got a 1 point stroke in a black put on mom name. And you see how much, let's zoom this in a little bit. You can only zoom in up to 120. You can see what a difference that made to the text. Okay, daughter name, let's do daughter name. Daughter name is, let's put our stroke on here. I'm just having a little bit of a brain fart here now. And again, there's a red stroke on here. Yeah. So we'll change that to a black stroke. FFF, oh, no, 000. Okay. So we got that beefed up a little bit. Okay, so we'll hit save on this. And we're getting close. So now if I go back into my campaign, mother and daughter acrylic, we're almost there. So we got our names set up here. We do have to go in and add a mask to this. So what I need to do, I need to figure out exactly where to put the mask. So I'm just going to take a screenshot of this. New. Okay, I'll just grab this. And I'm going to hit edit copy. So I'm going to go into my Photoshop, back into my mock-up. Mock-up for custom acrylic shape plaque. And I'm going to hit Control V. Okay, so you can't really see through this. So I'm going to turn the visibility down, and I want to line that up over top of that mock-up. Let's turn our visibility down on this. Okay, so it's very faint. We want to just drag it down and line it up the best we can. Let's turn the visibility up a little bit. It's hard to see. Okay, so it's too small. We need to make it a little bit bigger. Our proportion button's on, which is what we want. Okay, so we need to drag this over. Still not quite big enough. Drag it up a bit more, maybe. Maybe not, I don't know. This is tricky. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag out some guides so that I got a starting point here. So I'm going to go View, Guides. Well, actually, I got to turn my ruler on. The ruler's turned on. Okay, so we can just drag a guide down. I'm going to drag a guide to the top of this and drag a vertical guide over to the edge of this. Okay, so I'm going to turn the visibility back up on this. Now I'm going to drag that up there and that right there. Okay, so I'll turn this one off for a second. I'm going to need another guide. So our other guide will go up here, and we'll have another one at the bottom. That way we can line it up perfectly. So anybody who says this print on demand stuff is easy is bullshitting you. There's so much work that goes into this. Yet you get these people on here and they say, oh, you can make $10,000 this month with print-on-demand products. Yeah, okay. I'd like to know where it is because I work at this constantly and I have not had a $10,000 month ever in several years. So, but there is good money to be made at it, especially around Christmas time. So I'm just lining up some guides here now so I can set this top layer up, and then I'll black everything out except for I think this is good, almost good. Seems like it's a little bit different. Maybe it needs to go up a little bit. Yep, print on demand is not for the faint of heart, I can tell you that. Takes a lot of figuring out and a lot of patience and a lot of cursing and swearing, and yeah, I don't know if you curse and swear, but I do. Getting frustrated. Okay, I think that's probably about right there. Let's turn this off. It's not much difference. Okay, I see the difference. Mine is over too far. I'm going to click here. I'm going to just nudge this over a little bit. Now when I turn it on and off, okay, it's down, it's up a little higher. So I'm going to move it down a little tiny bit. And now down a little tiny bit. Good Lord, sweet, adorable. What have I got done here? Let's try this. Okay, that's probably as close as I'm going to get it. Alright, so I'm going to leave this on here. What I want to do is I want to make, I'm pretty sure that you've got to put white where you don't want the, I'm just trying to remember how I did the mask last time. Or black where you do want to show and white where you don't want to show, or transparent where you don't want to show. I'll try it. Sorry, I'm not an expert at this and I'm just learning as I go, same as yourself. So let's see, we're making a mask now. So this design, whatever's on here is not going to show up. So I'm going to take my rectangular marquee tool and I'm going to make this black. I'm going to add a new layer, Shift Control N, and I'm going to put black in here. So I'll choose black, hit my bucket, and fill that in. And now I'm going to mask out this daughter name as well. So I've been years trying to learn how all these tricks work, and I still don't have it all figured out. So alright, so on this layer again, we're going to get our paint bucket and we're going to fill that in as well. Control D. So now what I want to do is turn off visibility on everything except for those black blocks. Now I'm going to export this as a PNG. I don't think this is going to work either. Huh. Okay, one sec. Bear with me. I think what I got to do is make the mask the same size as the design. So I'm going to just get my little rectangular box here. And I'm going to drag this down here, and that should cover all that design, I hope. And I'm going to crop that. Now image crop. Most link smart objects. Cancel. Image crop. Okay, what odds? Rasterize it. I'll undo it after anyway. Okay, so now I'm going to turn the visibility off on everything here except for the black. I'm going to export that as a PNG. Export as a PNG file. And call it mom mask. Pretty random stuff here. I think that went to the desktop. Let me check. Export. Yep. Mom mask. So back into your tea and blue. We're going to go back into this mock-up. And I'm going to add okay, so the print area on this looks pretty good. I'm going to add, I'm going to say enable masked. Oh shoot. So my mask should have been 1479 by 1479. The mask I just made is not going to work. So I'm going to go make another one. Shit. Think. So I'm going to go into my actual design here. Which is where? Which is right here. Okay, this is the one we want. Z, okay, Control D, Control V. Okay, so this is what I want to line up over the top here. This is tricky, tricky. And I'll drag this out. Turn off your visibility, or turn it down actually. So you can see how you can get very frustrated with this in a hurry. That's the understatement of the year. So just okay. Let's move this up a little bit. It's too much. The Price is Right. That's too much. Wow. Frustrated. I'm frustrated. So the beauty about this is that you only need to set it up once, because nobody in their right mind got patience enough to set this up more than once. Okay, I think we're good there. Move this down. Okay, I think that's dead on there. Okay, so now what we got to do is make our mask. So we'll do the same thing we just did. Get the rectangular marquee, go over where mom's name should be, and go over further, because if they put in a really long name, you want it to all show up there. So I'm just going to put that in as a... Oh, I better put a new layer on this. Control Z. Okay, so we'll do the same thing with the daughter's name. Now if we had customizable artwork here, we would have this blacked out as well. and we would not have it on the mock-up. That mock-up is so detailed that try to recreate that right into tea and blue would be practically impossible. So let's turn this off. Okay, so all we're left with is these little blocks. I think what I have to do now is export as PNG, and I call it my mask. I'll just copy it right, paste it right over that. I'll just save it right over that. Okay. So back into your tea and blue. This is our print area. Enable mask. So we're going to upload that mask now. I think this will work. Don't quote me. Don't hold it against me if it don't work. But I'm pretty sure it should work. So it's uploading the mask. When the mask gets uploaded, we got to reposition the mask so that everything is masked out on the artwork except for these two names here. And I think we did it. I think it worked. So you can see none of the print area, none of the, let's edit this mask. Just drag it down. Just briefly. Okay. So none of the other, none of the print areas showed up there. I'm pretty impressed with this. Edit mask, we'll just drag it back to the regular size. So your mask needs to be whatever size your actual artwork is, and it'll go directly over the top right in the absolute perfect location. So let's hit save here. Okay, yeah, that's gorgeous. So now if we type in Stephanie and Violet. Okay, Stephanie and Violet. That's absolutely beautiful. So if we go into our other mock-up now, if we choose that one, we still got an overlap here. Okay, so look at the difference. So I need to, now that mock-up is different than the other one. Shit. I might still be able to make it work though. No, I won't. So I'm going to have to go in and get this, yeah, I can still, that will still work. Let's go in here. So let's add a mask to our print area. So choose your print area, click enable masked, upload your mask. My mask, open. Okay, and that worked too, like a charm. Look at that. Okay, perfect. So we'll hit save. Give it a sec. There it is. Okay. So I only put a price in for the 5.9 by 5.9. So what I need to do is I need to go in and take out these variants. If I don't plan on selling these, I need to go in here. I need to nix these variants. So 4.9 and 3.9. So my 5.9 is regular price, $59.99, on sale $49.99. We're going to hit save, and so this was written in by somebody that doesn't speak perfect English. A perfect gift for beloved ones and a nice decoration item for you to enjoy daily life. That doesn't really work for me, that description. Key features, that will work. Easy to customize. That part I'll take out. Gift of love. I'm going to get my old buddy ChatGPT to write me a description. And I'm going to go into product base, go in here. Everything that I don't want in here, I'm going to take out. This can stay. Ah, shit. So this note, I don't want that as a... Anyway, I'm just going to look at this. A perfect gift. We can take that out there. Delete. Key features. Best material and durability. Acrylic plexiglass. Environmentally friendly. Okay. That can stay there. Easy to customize. Customer don't need to know that. They just need to know they got to type in their stuff. So we'll take that line out. Multifunctional home decor. Take that out. That doesn't really apply. They know what they can do with it. They got an idea of what they're going to do with it before they buy it. Gift of love. A perfect gift idea if you're finding a birthday gift, housewarming. That's pretty broad. That's for all different kind of designs. This is just for mother. So I'm just going to take that out as well. Now, Chat GPT. Where are you? So here it is. Let's just go in here. And I'm going to go log in. I should be already logged in unless I booted myself out. Nope, I'm here. Okay, so I'm going to ask it to write me a description for a 5.9 inch acrylic heart, because it is a heart with a swirl, with infinity. I think that's an infinity symbol. INFINITY symbol that has a design for mother and daughter. Names can be customized in real time before purchase. Okay, so I'm going to run this. It's going to give me a great big long description, guaranteed, but I can pare it down a little bit. So let's see what it gives me. This thing is amazing. So in a minute, my little speech recognition thing is going to start reading this. I'll turn him on.
Introducing our exquisite 5.9-inch acrylic.
Okay, we don't want to hear from you, buddy. Introducing our exquisite 5.9-inch acrylic heart, a timeless symbol of eternal love and connection between mother and daughter. This enchanting piece features a delicate infinity symbol, gracefully intertwining with the heartfelt bond shared between these two extraordinary individuals. Crafted with meticulous attention to detail, the acrylic heart showcases a mesmerizing design, expertly etched into its smooth surface. No, it's not etched. It's printed onto. Oops, I'll have to fix that when I get in there. I'm not going to edit there. The infinity symbol, representing infinite love and everlasting unity, is adorned with intricate flourishes and embellishments. Is adorned with yeah, that's good. But what truly sets this heartfelt masterpiece apart is its personalization feature. Before making your purchase, you have the opportunity to customize the names of the mother and daughter in real time, making this stunning keepsake truly one of a kind. The names will be carefully engraved, no, they're not engraved, into the heart, forever preserving the unique relationship between these two extraordinary souls. They use extraordinary a little bit too much for me. As light dances up on the transparent acrylic, it creates a mesmerizing display, accentuating the exquisite details of the design. Whether placed on a mantelpiece, adorning a bedside table, or elegantly displayed on a shelf, this enchanting acrylic heart will radiate love and warmth, serving as a constant reminder of the unbreakable bond shared between mother and daughter. Perfect for special occasions such as birthdays, anniversaries, or Mother's Day, this personalized acrylic heart is a meaningful and heartfelt gift that will be cherished for a lifetime. It's a testament to the enduring love, support, and affection that defines the incredible relationship between a mother and her daughter. Celebrate and honor the extraordinary bond between a mother and daughter with our exquisitely crafted 5.9-inch acrylic heart. Embrace the opportunity to customize and personalize this timeless treasure, ensuring it becomes a cherished symbol of love that beautifully captures the unique connection between two remarkable individuals. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. There's a couple things in there that I need to fix. It's kind of long-winded. I'm just going to ask it to, can you write this again, only shorter? In 2 short paragraphs. Nobody wants to read that much. I will be putting this up on my Etsy shop and selling this to people in the United States. The price is amazing.
Our 5.9-inch acrylic heart.
Okay, shut up, Bill. Okay. Introducing our 5.9-inch acrylic heart, a symbol of eternal love between a mother and daughter. It features an intricate infinity symbol design, customizable with names in real time before purchase. The transparent acrylic radiates warmth, making it a cherished keepsake that captures their unique bond. Celebrate the unbreakable connection between mother and daughter with our personalized acrylic heart. Adorned with an enchanting infinity symbol, this 5.9-inch masterpiece can be customized with their names, forever preserving their extraordinary relationship. It's a heartfelt gift that beautifully represents their infinite love and serves as a constant reminder of their enduring bond. That is absolutely perfect. Absolutely what I wanted. If I put it on Etsy, I'm going to have to jig it up a little bit because they're not customizable in real time. They'll have to leave the information there. I'll have to manually add it in and upload it to my Printway provider. So I'm just going to copy this here. Copy back to my tea and blue. Right up over this, I'll add those couple paragraphs. Make sure you put a space in there because if you don't, it won't show up on your product page. Hit enter. And I believe we are good to go. So I'm going to hit save on this. I'm going to go back to my campaign, check it out, see if it looks good. If it looks good, I'm going to publish it and then I'll bring it up on my Shopify page. I am in love. I am totally, totally in love with this thing. Okay. That is absolutely beautiful. And it still didn't show up in here. I put a space in here so that it would be spaced out a little bit. I don't know if I can fix that on the Shopify product page or not, but I'm sure going to try. I need to fix the design as well. I want this particular font here. Let's see, how hard would that be to do? I wonder. Before I publish this, I'm going to do that right now. And that is the lemon. Let's see. I also got to fix, I'm also going to change some of the, no, I think I'll just go with it just like it is. I think it's lovely. I'm going to go with it just like it is. I'll be making 5 or 6 more designs of this tonight. And I'll probably do a live tomorrow sometime just showing you what ones I did and what they came out like. And I'm going to put links to them in my Shopify store so that you can go on and take a look at them. And I'm also going to put them all up on my Etsy because you know what? You never know. This is a beautiful, beautiful product and wow. But I got to figure out a way to make it take up the full 5.9 inches. So I got to rejig this somehow. I'll figure it out. So I'm going to hit launch now and within a couple seconds this is going to be on my store. There we go. So it's on my store now. It's called Mother and Daughter Acrylic Swirl Block. So I'm going to go into my store. Let's see. Products. I'm going to click on create it. You hit the sort button here and click on create it, and you go in newest first. So mother and daughter acrylic swirl block. I'll go in here. Okay, this is showing up as only published on my online store. So I'm going to click manage sales channels. I want to make sure I choose Facebook, because that way on my Facebook group, which I got about 14,000 people, I can publish this product and tag it, and then if anybody's interested in it, they can just click on the picture and the link is right there to the product. So also like TikTok and Snapchat, I haven't really got into that. I haven't had time to explore all that. Pinterest, same. I don't really know how that works, but I'm planning on finding out. Just everything takes so much time. It's just so hard to learn everything. So I'm just going to click done here. So this is our description. Okay, exactly as we had it, except that it did put space in there. Okay, looks good to me. Collection, I'm going to add that to my personalized gift, personalized gift collection. Tags, I'll find some tags, stick in there later. It's very important that you put tags in there, but I don't always do that. So I'm going to hit save. This got some variants in here. I don't know if I take these variants out if it'll mess up the ability to customize this on screen. I did it before and I couldn't customize, so I'm a little wary of taking them out. I'll just leave them there for now, and I'll hit save. And now I should be able to just go on to my Shopify page here. Oh, that's absolutely beautiful. I would love to have a mock-up that's a little bit bigger though, so people can see better when they're customizing their stuff. I might work on a different mock-up. So I've been having lots of fun with this print-on-demand stuff. The only problem is that I'm not a real good marketer. I do take out some Facebook ads, but I'm not real good at honing in on my target audience, and I usually end up spending a lot more money than I should be spending. But that's it. Okay. So that I don't like. I got that a little too bold. I'm going to have to fix that. Let's see. Where's our other? We click on the arrow here. It takes us to the other mock-up. Yeah, it's a little too small. You can't really see all the details. And I am going to fix this up as well so that I can customize this part as well. So I thank anybody that liked to watch this video today. I hope you got something out of it. I would love to do some more. Right at the very bottom of the description, I have a Facebook group. It's actually a sublimation group, but I'm trying to get out of the sublimation a bit more now and into the print-on-demand stuff, because the products that they're coming out with now is just amazing. So if you like this content, I'd appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will be continuing with my challenge every day that I can, physically possible to do it. I'll do it for the next 92 days. This is day 8 and I got 92 days left to go. So after another 92 days of adding stuff like this to my store, I should have a very, very, very well-stocked store with something for everybody. So thanks for watching, and thanks for coming by, and have a great day.